Hi, Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. So today I'm gonna presenting about the movie that is the Amazing Spider-Man. Okay, in this presentation, I will explain to you guys about the main character, the type of conflict, and the element of plot used in this story. This movie is interesting because it shows not only action but also emotional struggle and personal growth. Let's go for the next slide. The main character is Peter Parker, which is played by Andrew Garfield. And Peter is smart, but he's a little bit introvert in high school. And at the beginning, he is often bullied and feel like he doesn't belong to the class. And he also has a mysterious past that was involving his parent who disappeared when he was young. And then his life changed completely after he is bitten by a genetically modified spider. After that, he developed a superpower such as super strength and the ability to climb wall. However, his journey is not easy. He must learn how to control his power and understand the responsibility that's come with them. Let's go for the next slide. Okay. Next we have Gwen Stacy, which is played by Emma Stone. Gwen is intelligent, confident, and supportive. She is not just a love interest but also help Peter in solving problems, especially related to science. Their relationship is important because it shows Peter's emotional side and also Gwen represent trust and support Peter's life, especially when he is struggling with his responsibility as a Spider-Man. For the next slide, another important character is Dr. Kurt Connors, played by Reese Fiennes. And Dr. Connors is a scientist who want to help people by generating lost limb. And however, his experiments goes wrong and he transformed into a lizard and become a villain of the movie who fight the Spider-Man. We also have Sally Field as Auntie May, as you know, who take care of Peter Parker, and she show love and concern and representing the family support in the story. Now we begin with the next slide. For the next slide is element of conflict. There are several types of conflict in this movie, and the first one is man versus self. Okay, for the man versus self is Peter struggle with his identity. He is confused about whether to live a normal life or accept his role as a Spider-Man. Okay, the second one is man versus man. This shown in the battle between Spider-Man and Lizard. They have a different goals and this creates intense action sense. And then lastly, man versus society. The public and the police are unsure whether Spider-Man is a hero or a threat. This makes Peter's role even more complicated and more struggle with the responsibility. Okay, for the next slide, we have plot, which is exposition and rising action. In the exposition, we are introduced by Peter Parker background and his personality, also his daily life as a student. The rising action began when he get his power and start investigating his parent past. At the same time, Dr. Connor begins his experiment, which is later turn him into a lizard. As the story progresses, the tension increases because the lizard start to create chaos in the city, and Peter must step in to stop him. For the next slide, the climax is the most intense part of the story. It happens when Spider-Man faces the lizard in the final battle to stop his dangerous plan. This moment is important because it tests Peter's courage, strength and sense of responsibility. After that, the following action shows the consequence of the battle. Peter experienced loss and learned valuable lesson about responsibility and sacrifice. For the conclusion, in conclusion, The Amazing Spider-Man is not just a superhero movie, but also it is a story about growing up, making a difficult choice, and understanding responsibility. Lastly, Peter learns that having power is not enough. He must also use it wisely to help others. That's all for me. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope you enjoy it.